Hello, now I stumbled across a very interesting article that I would like to share with you today. It was published by the Los Angeles Times on February 25th of 2020, and it was written by Ryan Fonder. I hope I pronounced that correctly. If I did not, please forgive me. Now I'll be going through this article, reading it verbatim, but I'll be giving you my thoughts and views on the content as we go along. So as the title reads, Bob Iger steps down at Disney. Bob Chapek named new CEO. Now, a little bit of background info. Bob Iger was the CEO of Disney up until today, and Bob Chapek was the chairman of Disney Parks, Experience, and Products ever since its creation in March of 2018. As you can see here, Bob Iger served as chief executive of Walt Disney Co. for 15 years as he assumed the role of executive chairman. In a stunning move that marks the end of an era for one of the entertainment industry's great corporate success stories, Bob Iger on Tuesday stepped down as chief executive of Walt Disney Co. after 15 years in the job. Now this comes as no surprise, as he's actually been looking to step down as CEO for quite some time. But he had a couple projects in the pipeline that he had to see through fruition before he could do so. Most notably was the acquisition of 21st Century's Fox from Rupert Murdoch, as well as launching the Disney Plus streaming service, which we know is the new battleground for entertainment, as people have been more and more cutting the cord on cable and moving toward internet streaming services, where they could pick and choose the exact channels that they want to watch. Also, he wanted to make sure that the new Disney theme park sections were released, with Galaxy's Edge launching at Disney World in Florida as well as Disneyland in California. But also, he wanted to make sure that the Star Wars trilogy that they've been creating with episodes 7, 8, and 9 finally finished, and now that that's wrapped up, as well as the MCU Phase 3, Marvel's Infinity War has been wrapped up with Endgame. Now seems like a great time for him to step down. Bob Chapek, a 27-year Disney veteran who most recently led the company's massively important parks and consumer products business, was named Iger's successor, effective immediately. So here's where the surprise comes to me. Most notably, where it says right here, effective immediately. Most of the time when a CEO or someone important steps down, they generally tend to want to release this information on a Friday night, after news publications have already had their employees go off for the weekend, so that they have Saturday and Sunday to prepare for the oncoming onslaught of articles on Monday. So for them to publish it on Tuesday is actually very perplexing for me. Another thing is, I personally thought that Bob Iger was grooming Alan Horn to be the successor, but it does make sense with Bob Chapek, because Disney parks, as well as their products, do see a large margin of profitability for the Disney Corporation. They tend to be year on year always in the green and making actually a large yield of their profits. So it does kind of make sense, especially since Bob Chapek is one of those CEO type people. He is very focused on cost cutting and whatnot. He's very good at managing the books and trying to make sure profitability as high as possible. So I guess it does make sense that Bob Iger would name Bob Chapek as his successor. So here we go. Disney CEO succession plan was the subject of speculation for years as Iger delayed plans to leave the company. Disney's board last extended Iger's contract in December 2017, when Disney announced that it was buying much of 21st Century Fox from Rupert Murdoch. As part of those negotiations, Murdoch requested that Iger stay on to run the company rather than leave when he'd planned. Nonetheless, the timing of the announcement surprised many in the industry because Iger still has 22 months left on his contract, and he has relished his role as one of America's most successful CEOs. Iger's last year published a book detailing the rise through entertainment industry and his time building Disney through key acquisitions, including those of Pixar, Marvel, and most recently 21st Century Fox. And also as well, he purchased Lucasfilms as well for Disney. I'm surprised they didn't list that here. That seems like a very important thing of contention because part of it is him launching Galaxy's Edge. So it's surprising that they didn't put that here. Anyways, going on. In a conference call with analysts, Iger explained the sudden move by saying he wanted to allow Chapek time to get a handle on all aspects of the company before he steps away for good. In the last 12 months, Disney has become an even bigger behemoth with the $71.3 billion purchase of the Fox assets, as well as the high-profile debut of Disney Plus, which is Disney's all-in bet on subscription video services. This is actually very important because the entertainment battleground is going to be on these subscription services. So this was very important that he made sure that this launched. The Fox deal gave Disney additional weapons for its streaming arsenal, including a majority stake in Hulu, The Simpsons, FX Networks, and a library of films including Avatar and The Sound of Music. It also should be noted that it also includes the original trilogy for Star Wars, episodes 4, 5, and 6, which Fox originally owned. Iger said he wanted to free himself up to focus on creative aspects of the business. I felt that with the asset base in place and with the strategy exceptionally deployed, that I should be spending as much time as possible on the creative side of our business, Iger said. I could not do that if I were running the company on a day-to-day basis. Naming Chapek to the CEO immediately, Disney board avoids a repeat of the messy situation that unfolded 4 years ago when Iger's apparent successor, Thomas Staggs, exited after serving as chief operating officer. The question of corporate succession has dogged Iger's predecessor, Michael Eisner, who resigned in 2005 after a fierce battle with the former director, Roy E. Disney. Iger, who was Eisner's handpicked successor, was praised by his old boss in a tweet today. Fantastic job protecting the hashtag Disney brand, expanding the breadth of the overall company, and orchestrating super growth. Iger told investors that the board had identified Chapek as likely candidate to succeed him some time ago, and his goal was to create the smoothest possible transition. So I'm guessing that means that Iger will still be around to help Chapek as he goes along until he feels that Chapek is fully ready to go without Iger's help. So I'm guessing he'll be there as a consultant here and there when he needs some advice. But some company insiders and industry analysts were taken back by the news. Why is the CEO changing today? Asked Laura Martin, a media industry analyst at Needham & Co. What is the urgency? Yeah, I agree with this. Why Tuesday? I mean, he still had He still had a time on his contract, so he didn't have to do it exactly today. Oh yeah, as you can see here, he had 22 months left on his contract. So today of all days is actually quite suspicious. I wonder why they chose Tuesday instead of Friday evening. Oh yeah, here we go. The market had no warning, said Richard Greenfield, partner of Lightshed Partners. The big question remains, what happens with Kevin Mayer? It was Kevin Mayer's job to lose. Disney stock dropped about 3% in after-hours trading on Wall Street after Chapek's appointment was announced. In regular trading on Tuesday, Disney's share fell $4.82 for 3.6% to $128.19. He is leaving on a high note. Disney's movie studio is coming off the biggest box office year ever, with mega hits including Marvel's Avengers Endgame, Pixar's Toy Story 4, and live-action remakes of The Lion King and Aladdin. And this is definitely true. Marvel's Endgame made a large amount of money, billions. And all these movies, I think, breached $1 billion. I am surprised that they did not list Star Wars Episode 9 here, because I believe that made $1.3 billion. But I guess that is a controversy in itself. And this article seems to be trying to dodge a lot of things with the Star Wars franchise. Oh, well, here we go. There is something here. After taking over from Eisner, Iger made his mark on the company with several key gambles. In 2006, Iger led Disney to buy Pixar Animation Studios from Steve Jobs in order to rescue Disney's flagging animation business. That was followed by the 2009 deal to purchase Marvel Entertainment, which has resulted in a virtually unbroken streak of box office winners produced by Kevin Feige. In 2012, Disney bought Lucasfilms from George Lucas and relaunched the Star Wars film franchise with a new trilogy. So yeah, this right here, as stated in Bob Iger's book, the acquisition of Disney Pixar actually brought them in quite a large money. And then, of course, purchasing Marvel Entertainment. Kevin Feige has led the charge on many, many billion-dollar movies. So this was all a great choice. He was rewarded handsomely for his efforts. In fiscal 2019, Iger's compensation was $48 million. Wow. A lot of money. Okay. Okay, so this is very important. Chapek has overseen a major expansion of Disney's parks business, including the recent addition of the two ambitious Star Wars Galaxy's Edge attractions at Disney's parks in Anaheim and Orlando, Florida. Both Star Wars expansions were met with mostly positive reviews, but Disney also faced early criticism for the way it was handled crowding at the parks after opening. In 2016, Disney opened a $5.5 billion, nearly 1,000-acre Shanghai Disney Resort in burgeoning China market. Among Disney fans, Chapek has taken the heat for annual price increases as much as 18% for annual passes and 9% daily tickets and 25% for parking. He's been having price increases quite frequently, multiple times in the past year. And it is getting quite large. I wonder how many families now can afford to go. Generally speaking, you're going to be spending thousands now to go, unless you're traveling quite close if you live within the area. But if you're traveling overseas, taking plane tickets, needing to get hotel rooms, it is quite a large amount of money for the vacation. As the company's new CEO, Chapek will directly oversee all of the company's business segments and corporate functions. Chapek will report to Iger and the board of directors and will be appointed to the board at a later date. I have the utmost confidence in Bob and look forward to working closely with him over the next 22 months as he assumes his new role and delivers deeper into Disney's multifaceted global business and operations while I continue to focus on the company's creative endeavors, Iger said in the statement. Disney's revenue surged in fiscal 2019, but earnings were crimped by big spending on streaming initiatives, including Disney+. Net income totaled $10.4 billion for the year, down 17% from fiscal 2018. Sales increased 17% to $69.57 billion. The company's streaming business has enjoyed a strong start with 2.8 million paying subscribers for Disney Plus since the Netflix rival launched in November. Another big part of Disney's direct-to-consumer strategy is Hulu, which the company took operational control of last year. Disney recently integrated Hulu more closely into its business, leading to the exit of Hulu CEO Randy Freer. All right, so like I said, it's very questionable why they would have chosen today, Tuesday, February 25th, to announce this. So I wonder if there's anything happening, in the background. Maybe it's because he's going to be setting up for his presidential campaign run in 2024. I don't know. Or maybe it's because of the Fox acquisition, the profit yields might be different than the year previous. We shall see. But still, I question a Tuesday release date for this information. They easily could have waited until Friday night. But like it says over here, the market just it wasn't ready for it. It just came out of left field. So so this is basically what happened. As you can see, it's just a drop. So yeah, during the regular U.S. trading day, Disney stock DIS dropped almost $5 per share. That's quite a large amount. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this article, and if you did, please feel to give the link a try. There's the actual link, and hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please consider giving this video a thumbs up, and if you'd want to see more articles like this, please consider subscribing to the channel. And until next time, take care. Goodbye.